Welcome to today's session of Yoga for Strength and Vitality. Projecting right here from the Yoga Center of California in Costa Mesa. If you're in the area, we have now 5 in-person yoga classes here at the Yoga Center. But of course, we will continue having these online classes as well. So if you're in the area, you can join us in person for some of our classes. Look on the website, on the members page, or look for the weekly emails that are being sent out with the class times and the different classes and days available. And I'm happy to have you enjoy the online classes as well as we have been doing for the last almost 2.5 years. So yoga for strength and vitality. It's important to have a strong body, a strong mind, and a strong inner presence. So yoga tries to harmonize body, mind, and inner self. And strength is a big part of it, practicing strength. So let's remain seated or sit down if you're not already seated in a comfortable cross-legged position or any way you comfortably sit. With a straight spine, let's rotate the shoulders forward, up and back. And back up and forward. Just loosening up a little bit. Moving head and neck from side to side, stretching head and neck. And then making circles with the face or bigger head and neck rotations. And the opposite direction. And stretch the arms out, inhaling, reaching up high. And exhaling into a twist, left hand behind you, right hand to the outside of the left knee, twisting, remain sitting with a straight back, twisting and looking over your shoulder, looking behind you. And releasing to the center, let's inhale up again, reaching up, stretching up. And for the other side, left hand to right knee, opposite hand behind you on the floor, twisting, looking over your shoulder and looking back. And releasing to the center. Let's also do some circles with the torso. Call them Sufi circles. You can make small movements, barely moving, or bigger movements, full range of motion. Loosening up the hips, stretching and loosening the lower back. And opposite direction. And let's bring the left hand on the floor next to you. Right arm up, inhaling, stretching up. Try to maintain connection with sit bones on the floor and your legs down if you can, your knees down. And if you're very flexible, maybe you can bend that supporting arm, that supporting elbow, and bring your forearm onto the mat, keeping that upper arm right above your head. And releasing, inhaling up. Let's move on to the other side right away. Right hand down and left arm up. And with the inhalation, releasing, sitting back up, letting your hands rest on your knees, your thighs, pause with your eyes closed, breathing deeply. And for Yoga Mudra, reaching around the back, clasping your hands behind your back. With the inhalation, gently arching back. With the exhalation, bending forward, lifting your arms behind you. Forehead onto or towards the mat. And slowly lower your arms onto your back, inhaling back up, release your hands and pause. And let's stand up. We'll begin with some standing poses. Let's have your feet about hip width apart for Tadasana, lifting the toes up, fanning the toes out, and then place them down. Feel all four corners of your feet evenly grounded, evenly touching the floor. Cupping the belly and the lower back, lifting up the front, pushing down the lower back. Adjusting the hips, lifting the arms up, palms up, and bring the arms behind you an inch or two. Notice your shoulder blades are coming closer together, and slowly bring the arms to the side. When your pinkies touch, turn the palms in. And if the head sticks out, it oftentimes does that. 2 fingers at the chin, gently pushing the chin back. Close your eyes, visualize your ears above the shoulders. Then lower your hand and feel that pose with your eyes closed. Make a mental note of your pose. Tada is mountain in Sanskrit, so Tadasana, the mountain pose. Standing straight and strong like a mountain, not only when we do yoga, not only in yoga class, when we walk through life, we want to stand with a straight spine. It helps with health, it helps with our mental outlook, how we feel, and it helps with our spiritual practice to have a straight and a strong spine. From here, let's do 5 full yoga breaths. Inhaling through the nose. With the exhalation, bending forward, hands towards your feet. With the inhalation, rising up bone by bone. Bring the arms up into a V, inhaling up onto the toes. And with the exhalation, bending forward again, timing your movement with your breath. I will have to adjust my screen a little bit here. Inhaling up and exhaling down. When we come up onto the toes, we need to look at a focal point because we need to balance. And let's do a couple more. Inhaling up, pick a focal point, coming up onto the toes. And exhaling down. And then coming onto the heels, bring the palms to the chest, pranam, centering position. Close your eyes. For the half moon pose, bringing feet and ankles a little closer together. Now, if balance is an issue, by all means, keep your feet at hip width apart. With the inhalation, lifting the arms up. The left hand in front of the right, thumbs are locked, and bring the arms back by the ears. So your left hand can actually push that back arm back, that upper arm back a little bit. Inhaling, stretching up on the toes. Exhaling onto the heels and bending sideways to your left. The affirmation is strength and courage fill my body cells. And with the next inhalation, releasing, coming up, let's do the other side right away. So switching hands, backhand forward. Next inhalation, up onto the toes, reaching up, stretching up. Exhaling onto the heels and sideways to your right. Now you can use your right hand to bring that upper arm back by the ear. And releasing, inhaling up, stretching on the toes, reaching up. Down onto the heels, arms to the side, pausing with your eyes closed, back in Tadasana. Let's practice balance, placing one foot exactly in front of the other and having your heels Your heel touch your toes, toes touch the heel. Gazing at a focal point at eye level or above, and you can bring your hands out in your peripheral vision. That helps with balance. When you feel that you're balanced, crossing the forearms, placing the hands on the shoulders, relaxing your elbows. And let's bring the opposite foot forward. So switching legs, switching feet. Make sure the weight is evenly placed on both feet. Having hands out in the peripheral vision, or crossing forearms, hands on the shoulders. And releasing, standing feet with feet side by side, pausing with your eyes closed. And for the tree pose, let's place the weight onto the left leg. Bring your right foot up where you can. Could be inside your ankle or lower leg, inside your upper leg, or on top of your thigh. Gazing at a focal point, focus is the key. And having your hands up in your peripheral vision helps if the tree is a challenge. Place the palms at the chest. I am calm, I am poised is the affirmation. We have affirmations that you can repeat them to keep other thoughts away. I am calm, I am poised. If you like to grow your tree, bring the arms out and up. You can reach up with your hands and pull the shoulders down, engage and strengthen the muscles of the shoulders. And bring the palms back to the chest, slowly releasing your leg, pausing with your eyes closed, breathing deeply. For the other side, weight onto the right. Keep your focal point, bringing your left leg up wherever you comfortably can bring it. Either hands out in your peripheral vision or palms at the chest. I am calm, I am poised. Keeping your hands at the chest in pranam, palms together, or lifting the arms up, reaching up, pulling the shoulders down, engaging the muscles of the shoulders. And if you'd rather, you can place your palms together above your head. Many variations of many poses. To come out, palms together, down to the chest, releasing your foot, pausing with your eyes closed. For the eagle pose, weight onto the left leg, bending that left supporting knee a little bit so that you can wrap your right leg around. And right arm is on top, elbows bend, palms touching. You can lift the elbows up slightly. Move them forward away from you and slightly up, increasing the stretch across the upper back and shoulders. In the center of life's storms, I stand serene is the affirmation. To come out, first uncrossing the arms, uncrossing your legs, pausing with palms at the chest, eyes closed. And what we do on one side, we need to balance out on the other. Weight onto the right. Now left arms on top. Moving the elbows forward and slightly up. And untwisting arms first, uncrossing your legs. Pausing with eyes closed. Let's bring the hands to the waist, separating your feet nice and wide. In steps, parallel to each other. Hands at the waist. And let's move the torso, turn the torso. Big circles. Stretching back, stretching the area behind the knees. And opposite direction. Then clasping the hands behind your back with the inhalation, gently arching back, with the exhalation, bending forward, lifting your arms behind you. And soften the knees, relax the kneecaps. Keeping your head down, lower the arms onto your back, sliding the hands down your legs. Keep the left hand on your leg or even on your foot if you can reach that far, keeping your head in the center in between your legs, and lift your right arm up. Looking up, posture, outstretched hand. And having your left hand on the floor in between your feet, about a foot forward, and straighten both arms. Looking up again, posture, outstretched hand. And slowly lower the right hand to your foot or leg, centering your head in between your feet and lifting the opposite arm up. Bring the right hand on the floor in between your feet, about a foot forward. Straighten your arms, looking up again. And slowly untwisting, clasping your hands behind your back one more time, lifting the arms up high, guiding your head down low. Breathing deeply into any areas of tension you might feel. And slowly lower your arms onto your back, sliding your hands down and holding on to either your ankles. If you can reach your feet, you can do a mudra, which is an energy lock, 2 fingers around the big toes, cap it with a thumb, and with the inhalation, lifting your head, trying to look up. Feel a great hamstring stretch, inner thigh stretch. Breathing deeply. And And with the exhalation, relaxing down. With the inhalation, sliding your hands up your legs, gentle arch back, stepping your feet together, arms to your side, pausing with eyes closed. Let's step to the front of the mat. We'll do a jackknife pose. Feet are about hip width apart, standing straight and tall with a straight spine. With the inhalation, arms up by the ears, stretching up onto the toes, reaching up, coming onto the heels, and swan diving forward, arms out to the side, keeping your back straight as you lower down. Just hang there for a moment. If you like, you can add some movement by moving the hips from side to side. You can even swing your arms from side to side, or hold onto your forearms and elbows gently, very gently, moving up and down. And reaching around the back, clasping your hands behind your back with the inhalation, lifting your arms up high, guiding your torso and your head closer to your legs. Lower the arms onto your back, sliding your hands down. Place your hands next to your feet. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Big hands will move into downward dog. So left foot back and right foot back. Make your adjustments. The hands are about shoulder width apart. The feet are about hip width apart or a little closer together. And pedaling your feet. So bending one knee, stretching the opposite heel down. And stretching the calf, the area behind the knee. And then holding the pose in stillness, pushing the heels of the hands into the mat and pushing the heels towards the floor. Chest towards the knees. Downward dog is a very grounding pose. Stretching, strengthening, and grounding. Let's bring the right foot a little closer to the left and lifting your left leg up behind you for a three-legged dog pose. If you can, bend that upper knee and lift that knee up to the side, letting the foot fall down behind you for a great side stretch. Keeping the supporting limbs straight and strong. And lower your left. And lifting your right leg up. Bending your knee. Lifting your knee, opening the hip to the right. And lowering your foot. Lower the knees onto the mat. Tops of the feet on the mat, sitting back into extended child's pose, sitting on your heels, stretching your arms in front of you, forehead on the mat, pausing and resting. For the dolphin pose, making a two-sided triangle with your forearms. So the elbows are apart, the hands are clasped except for the pinky. The pinkies are just next to each other instead of on top of each other. Such a small joint, we don't want to put pressure on it. Then coming up onto the knees, curling the toes under and lifting the hips up. So make an adjustment with your elbows in order to be able to hold this pose, the dolphin. Now you can let your head hang or rest on the floor. If you like, you can add movement to the pose, keeping the hips up all the time. Bring your chin down in front of your hands and your forehead down behind your hands. Up to 5 times, or just holding it in stillness. Lower onto your knees, sitting back on your heels in extended child's pose, pausing. With the next inhalation, sliding your hands back, coming back onto hands and knees, bringing your wrists under your shoulders, the knees under the hips. We'll do cat-cow a few times. Exhaling, rounding your spine, pushing the hands and the knees into the mat. With the inhalation, sagging down and looking up. Moving with your breath, exhaling, rounding and arching. Inhaling, looking, moving the hips out, looking up. And then keeping your spine straight in neutral position. Moving your left leg back and lifting your left leg up. Gazing at a focal point on the mat, on the floor below you. And lifting your right arm. So your leg is up, your arm is up. Gazing down, head and neck in line with your spine. And slowly lower your knee and lower your hands. Let's do cat-cow movement, rounding your spine like an angry cat, sagging down, looking up. And straightening your spine, moving on to the other side, lifting your right leg and your left arm. And slowly releasing, rounding your spine again, inhaling, sagging down, looking up. Exhaling, sitting on your heels, moving your knees apart for frog pose. So keeping your toes together, right big toe over left big toe. And the knees are about hip width, about mat width apart. And sliding forward, guiding your chest, forehead, arms onto the mat. Slowly sliding your hands back up, bringing your knees together, curling the toes under, standing up, walking your feet towards your hands. Have a soft bend in your knees as you place your palms together, rising up slowly, bone by bone, till you're straight and still, palms to the chest, pausing with eyes closed. Step into the front of the mat again. We'll do some warriors. Hands to the waist, gazing at a focal point because we need a little bit of balance here. Stepping back with your right leg. Bending your left knee and take time to adjust, having that knee above the heel or above the ankle. Back leg is reasonably straight. Hips square to the front, so pushing the right hip forward a little bit. With the inhalation, bring the arms up by the ears. Warrior one. For warrior two, swivel the right heel down, bringing your right arm back, left arm forward, maintain the lunge, and looking past your outstretched left fingertip. Reverse warrior, right arm down, left arm up, arching back. Focal point at the ceiling. And left forearm resting on the thigh. Opposite arm up, close to the ear, palm facing down. Now reaching around the back with that right arm for the opposite hip or opposite hip or thigh, moving your shoulder back, looking up. If you want to move further into this pose, bring your left forearm down, fingertips pointing towards the floor, and bring your right arm up, looking up past your outstretched hand. And slowly lower your arms to your left foot. Swivel your back foot down. Bring the knee onto the mat, top of the foot on the mat. Now keep your right hand close to the instep and your left arm up. Slowly lower the left hand to the instep and bringing your right arm up. And lower both hands to your foot. Curl the toes of your back foot up, stepping forward. Knees stay bent, palms together as you slowly, with your inhalation, rise up to a standing position, palms to the chest, breathing deeply and pause. For the other side, hands to the waist, stepping back with your left leg. Take time to adjust. Hips square to the front, so pull that left hip forward a little bit, maintaining the lunge with the inhalation, arms up by the ears, focal point at eye level or above. For warrior two, swivel the heel of the back leg down, left arm back, right arm forward, maintaining the lunge, looking past your outstretched right fingertips. And reversing the pose, left arm down, right arm up, arching back. into a lunge, elbow resting on the thigh, opposite arm up and close to the ear. And reaching around the back, reaching for the opposite hip or thigh, moving your shoulder back, looking up. And placing your right hand to the instep. Swivel the back heel up, place your knee down, and lifting your left arm up. Looking up past your outstretched hand. Now lower your left hand to the instep and lifting the opposite arm up, looking up. And slowly lowering, curling the back toes under, stepping forward with your left leg, palms together as you slowly rise up again. Palms to the chest. Double inhale, double exhale, double inhale through the nose, double exhale through the mouth. Pausing with eyes closed. And we get to sit down, cross-legged position or any other seated position that works for you well. Full lotus, half lotus. Sitting with a straight back, letting your hands rest on your knees or on your thighs. Pausing with your eyes closed. Deeply inhale and exhale through the nose. Inhaling health, vitality, and goodness. Exhaling toxins, negativity, things we don't need. Inhaling the good, exhaling what we don't need. And let's do a simple breathing practice of pranayama. We inhale for a count of 5 and exhale for a count of 5. And if you like, you can put a retention, holding your breath in between. You can inhale 5, hold 5, exhale 5. If you feel like holding your breath for 5 counts is too much, only hold it for 2 or 3. So inhale 5, hold 2 or 3, and exhale 5. And begin when you're ready. Take a deep inhalation and go. Then letting go of your count. Perhaps watch your mind, bring your attention to your forehead. And then blinking your eyes open. It's amazing that only 2 or 3 minutes of focused breathing, a pranayama breathing practice can help to change how we feel, how we think, how we experience life. Let's lie on our backs and we'll do some inversions, some simple inversions. So you can first bring your knees into the chest, hug your knees, and gently roll from side to side if you like. And then lifting your legs up, rotating feet and ankles, circling your feet and ankles. And then holding still. Let's dorsiflex the feet, so stretching the toes down towards the face. You notice that engages all the muscles of the legs. Lifting your arms, so your arms are parallel to each other and your arms are parallel to your legs. And with your inhalation, lifting your shoulders as if you wanted to pick something up that's too high above you. Holding this and breathing. And slowly relax, bending your knees, hugging your knees again. Either just hold them close to the chest or roll from side to side. And now for a simple inversion, lifting your legs. And with some momentum, bring your legs over your head, supporting your hips with your hands. And straighten the legs up to the ceiling. Viparita Karani, Sanskrit word for the simple inversion. Now you can stay here or move into a shoulder stand by walking your hands further up your back until your body's in a straight line from your shoulders up. Keeping the right leg up. Lower the left leg over your head, towards or onto the floor. And lifting your left leg. And slowly lower your right. And lifting your right leg. Now lower both legs into a parallel plow. That is, the legs are parallel to the floor. If you like, you can outstretch your arms behind you, palms and forearms flat on the mat. Now with the inversions, always be very careful about your back. Only move as far as you comfortably can. If you choose to do a full plow, bring the toes down onto the floor. Bring the arms around your head, encircling your head like a halo, fingertips almost touching. And for the ear closer, bending your knees by each side of your ears. And you can stretch your arms behind you, away from you, palms and forearms flat on the mat. And moving back to plow or parallel plow. Supporting your hips with your hands and lifting your legs back up into shoulder stand. And slowly coming out, either bridging out one leg at a time or rolling down, bending your knees, letting your back come down one part at a time. Keeping your knees up, putting the soles onto the mat, or prepare to do bridge pose. Knees are hip width apart. Lifting the hips up, clasping your hands. Arms are straight underneath you, tucking your shoulder blades closer together and lifting the hips up high. Lifting your left leg up, leading with the heel, and then lower it to a 45-degree angle, keeping the hips up in the process. And lower the left and raise the right. Lower it halfway. Slowly lower your foot. Lower your hips either onto your arms or onto your hands, or having your arms and hands underneath your back. Straighten your legs for the fish pose. And arching the upper body onto your elbows. So all the weights on the elbows, and then slowly letting the head rest back. Chest is arched and open. Almost all the weight is on your elbows. There's barely any weight on the head. For some strength here, you can lift your legs 45 degrees. Slowly lower the heels down. When your heels touch, make sure all the weight's on the elbows, lifting your hip, and let your back rest down. Pausing for a moment, breathing deeply. Allowing your navel to rise as you inhale and fall as you exhale. Deep, slow abdominal breathing. With a supine spinal twist, bending your right knee. Left hand guides that knee over to the left, rolling all the way onto the right, onto the left hip, so that the knee can touch the floor. Then bring your right arm in a straight armed arc over to the right, looking to the right. Breathe any remaining tension there might be in your hip, in your back, in your shoulder. Deeply breathe it away. And slowly bring that right arm back to the knee, guiding your knee to the center. Straighten your right leg and do everything on the other side, bending the left knee. Guide it over to the right side. Hold it down. And bring your left arm across, looking over to the left. Slowly bring your arm back to the knee, guiding your knee to the center, straighten both legs, pausing again, breathing deeply. Then sliding your heels in, bending your knees, holding on to either your feet, the outside of your foot, or your lower legs. If your legs are real long, very likely holding onto your lower legs for a happy baby pose. So the thighs are close to the body, the lower legs are pointing up to the ceiling, and you're pushing the legs down, pushing the knees down, so that ideally the knees are touching the floor or the place next to you at the side of you. Great inner thigh stretch. And if you like to roll from side to side, that's where the pose gets its name, happy baby pose. Slowly massaging your back as you roll from side to side. And then releasing. Bend your knees, keep the knees to the chest, bring the arms out to a T. Take a deep inhalation with the knees close by. With the exhalation, lower both knees together over to your left side. With the inhalation, move them up to the center and exhaling to the right. Moving back and forth 2 or 3 times, inhaling up and exhaling down. And keeping the knees in the center, cupping your knees with your palms, making circles with your knees, with your legs. And the opposite direction. And hugging your knees, rolling from tailbone to the hip, back and forth, until you come up to a seated position. And we'll do another yoga mudra, sitting cross-legged or in a lotus pose. Clasping your hands behind your back with the inhalation, arching back. With the exhalation, folding forward, lifting your arms behind you. And as you lower the arms into your back, sitting up. If you've been wondering what my shirt says, there's writing on my shirt here. It says Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. A beautiful Sanskrit prayer meaning, may all beings be happy, may all beings be free. It's time for us to do deep relaxation. So lying on the floor, getting comfortable. If there's another movement you like to do, please do what you need to do to be comfortable. Deep relaxation is a conscious process of relaxing the body part by part. Try to keep your mind engaged in this process to gain all the benefits. You can lift your legs off the floor an inch or two, let them plop down. Do the same with your hands, making fists, lift them up and let them plop down, being comfortable. It's double inhale through the nose, double exhale through the mouth. And beginning deep relaxation by seeing, feeling, or imagining a soft, white, mist-like light entering your room. Moves towards you and gently surrounds your beautiful physical form. Let's invite this light to enter the toes of your left foot, toe by toe. Filling your left ankle, lower leg, knee, thigh, and hip. Your left leg is completely relaxed. Now guide this light into the toes of your right foot, one toe at a time. Right ankle, lower leg, knee, thigh, and hip. Both legs are completely relaxed. Now guide this healing light into your torso, entering your abdomen, your stomach, your chest. Gently bring it inside, touching your internal organs with this healing light. Moving up, encircling your beautiful heart. Expanding out and filling your whole chest with healing white light. Now guide this light into your back, relaxing away tension from your lower back, from the middle part, from your upper back, relaxing all tension away. Now guide this light into the fingers of your left hand, finger by finger. Filling wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, and shoulder. Guide it into your right hand, one finger at a time. Right wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, and shoulder. Now guiding this peaceful light into your neck and throat, like a wave flowing into your face, relaxing your jaw, filling mouth and lips, your nose, your cheeks, filling your ears, touching your temples, moving into your eyes and into your forehead. This peaceful light moves inside your head, inside your brain, melting away thoughts and feelings. It leaves your body through your head, once more surrounding you, expanding out and filling your room with your peace. With each breath, a little bit more. Now leaving your room, expanding out, moving over houses and trees, over oceans, mountains, and continents, into space, to infinity, keeping you completely relaxed and completely in peace. Enjoy this peace. Enjoy. Gently preparing to guide your consciousness back. Bring it back over houses and trees. Back into your room, back into your physical form. Energy and consciousness enters your head, fills your brain, moves down into your face, feeling behind your eyes. Down your neck and throat, into your shoulders, arms, hands, and fingers. Vitalized energy and consciousness moves down into your body, from your chest, into your stomach, into your hips, down into your thighs, lower legs, feet, and toes. Begin wiggling fingers and wiggling toes. Lifting the arms up, double inhale, stretching up. Double exhale, relaxing down. Rolling over onto your favorite side, just lie there for a moment longer. With your head on your elbow like a pillow, knees bent. And slowly but surely coming to a seated position, sitting up. Let's move a little bit, moving the shoulders forward, up and back. Moving head and neck from side to side. Twisting to the left and twisting to the right. And in the center, arms up, inhaling, stretching up high, and palms to the chest. The greeting we use in yoga is Namaste, which means my soul bows to your soul, or I honor the higher self in you. Thank you for joining us today. Have a wonderful rest of the week. Namaste.